Sagittarius, welcome. Welcome back if you're returning. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your weekly read. It is a general reading for placement Sun, Moon, or Rising. Sagittarius, we're using the This Might Hurt Tarot deck this week by Isabella Rotman. Quite fond of this deck. Let's see what we have here for you, Sagittarius. We got a lot of love readings coming through this week. So many love readings. I think everybody's in there very much in their feels with this this Cancer new moon energy that's been upon us for the last week or so. We've got a Five of Wands, Six of Cups, King of Pentacles, the Lovers, Hanged Man. There's a sense here in an existing relationship, perhaps. Yeah, this won't be for all of you, but it's someone's in a relationship of some sort. It's intimate. I don't know if it's a sexual relationship, but it's an intimate relationship. And there's been some tension there. There's been some bickering, just not really feeling like you're on the same page. You haven't forgotten how good it was. You do remember some very good times together, for sure, and you miss them a little bit. But you've gotten to a place where you and your partner are just really good at the day-to-day, about getting things done, about making money, about making a solid foundation for you and your family. It does feel like it's a family type of thing. And there's a sense here that this person that you're in this partnership with is probably kind of feeling the same way you do. You know, they remember how good the times were that you spent together. They don't really like the fact that the two of you are clashing a little bit right now. They'd really like to get back to that intimacy and that connection, being lovers. And what it's going to take is a shift in perspective for the two of you to start to see your day-to-day life in a different way, to somehow accept that these good things did happen in the past, and you can have perhaps that same feeling of closeness, but you can't go back to the way things were. Things are shifting. The two of you have changed. You've grown in different ways. And that doesn't mean that this connection is lost. It's there, and there is the potential to regain that intimacy between the two of you. But it's going to require you to kind of look at things a lot differently than you have been recently. Let's see if we can get some clarifying. I'm trying to think if there's a way to interpret this that isn't about an existing couple. If you're someone who isn't in a relationship, I would say this reading is telling me just that you are remembering life and the way it was. It wasn't quite so much of a struggle, and there was a lot of time for you to share space with friends. And now you're really focused a lot on making money and paying the bills and planning for your retirement. And it's all just gotten a bit stale. And the way that you revive your life and start living it again and start feeling really connected to it is to find someone to partner with, not necessarily in a romantic way, just someone to work with, to connect with, to bond with in some fashion that helps you see the world differently. So finding a new friend, finding a new business associate, someone who helps you see the world in a way that you're not used to seeing it. So that would be my interpretation here for single folks. So for both single folks and married folks, it's really about reconnecting with the part of you that feels alive. So, no, it doesn't seem to be any clarifying cards coming through, except, half the deck. I'm not going to take 20 cards, Spirit, so let's just try to pare that down, okay? What do we have here? Any clarifying messages for Sagittarius? It just really wants to give me half the deck. And I really don't want to read half the deck. Change. Definitely something is ending so that something new can begin. So if you're in a partnership, it doesn't mean that your marriage is ending. It just means that the dynamic you're in right now really needs to end. You really need to revitalize that with a fresh start. And if you're single, it's the same. There's part of you, part of your life that really needs to shift now. It needs to end. It's hard to know what's going to be going on. There's so many unknowns right now that you're a little hesitant to change anything major. That's always going to be the case, even though right now might feel like there's so many unknowns. There are always so many unknowns, and it's really a matter of your perspective right now that's telling you that there's too much that's not known. I can't make this change. You need to make the change. Absolutely need a fresh start right now. You need to leave something behind. You need to trust your inner knowing and accept that things are changing. Whether you like it or not, they're going to change. So you may as well get out in front of that and decide what it is you'd like to have, because Spirit says that the universal energies are such that towers are falling, major structural changes are happening right now, bedrock foundational changes to the world, to societies that we live in. So decide what you want, because things are changing one way or another. There's a sense here of, not only do you not know everything, that someone's intentionally not telling you everything you need to know, and that you really need to make some travel plans. You need to go on a journey, either metaphorically or literally, to find out the answers. Again, we have that Five of Wands coming out. The tension is real here. There's a sense here that you're a little overwhelmed by the choices you have to make, that there are so many different paths that you could take, either to get yourself back to a place where you feel connection, either, in either interpretation, right? Whether you're the single person wanting to feel more alive and connect with your world, or if you are in the couple that's kind of grown apart a little bit. There are lots of different ways that this could go. And we want to know now what we want so that we can move ourselves in that direction. There's energy here to support you in getting where you want to go. There's the Lovers coming out again, but it's in reverse. And the King of Pentacles came out again as well. And the Sun comes out in reverse. There's a sense here, if you don't really make the space to think about what you want, then things will stay the way they are. The focus on money and security and building, financial stability and material success. And the joy just continues to fade there. And the connection, the intimate connection, also continues to fade. So it's really not something you can keep ignoring. All of these cards that came out to talk to us are just saying, this is a very real thing that you've discovered. This feeling that you're separating, that you're moving apart from each other because you're so focused on the material, financial aspects of life. And it's not going to get better if you don't actually address it. So it's your choice, Make the time and have the conversations that need to be had. Be open, be vulnerable. Allow for this dynamic that you don't like, to end, so that a new dynamic that's better for the two of you can come, or for you and, if you're a single person, for you and your enjoyment of your life. Make the time for that and accept that ending and new beginning. Or things continue to degrade and the distance becomes greater, or the sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? Sense of estrangement in your life, from your life, continues to grow, and the outside forces that aren't known, they're always going to be there. Those significant events out of your control that change life around you are always going to be there. They may seem more dramatic right now, but they're always there. And what you can control is not that. What you can control is your connection here and your enjoyment of your life day to day. So I think that's what I have for you. Quite the reading this week, Sagittarius. I hope it's helpful. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thanks for those of you that come back every week. It really means a lot to me. This is something I do for my enjoyment, not as a job. And so, your likes, shares, subscribes help more folks find these messages. And that means a lot to me since this isn't something that I'm out there promoting right now. So thank you. It means quite a bit to me. And I'm grateful. So I hope you have a good week. We'll see you next time. Blessings.